Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, OSU Buckeye Football Edition. Today, we are going to be talking about the game that transpired on Saturday between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. You already know we have our captain who does college football with us, Byron Mitchell. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing excellent. The Saints just won.
We got a special guest on our college football pod. We got our man, Mr. Cedric Ware. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. The Eagles won today, so we're fine.
Hey, look at Eagles won, Saints won. Life is good on a Sunday for y'all.
Yeah, my fantasy team's getting shat on though.
I just took the L in fantasy too. My wide receivers, none of them showed up at all. Zero. But
also we'll trade you.
That's true, he will.
But unfortunately, Saturday did not go well for a team that we like, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They actually take the L to Oregon 35-28. Byron, when we did the preview, we said this was going to be a very big game, and it was. It was big noon kickoff on Fox, and we did not win. And Byron, man, from your words, what happened?
We got gashed by their running back and their quarterback. I think we gave up 233 rushing yards. Nope, 269 rushing yards. So it was a very disappointing day for the defense and Ohio State fans.
Cedric, man, what did you see when you were watching this game before we get into stats and plays and all that?
Man, honestly, it looked a lot like they just didn't know what they wanted to do. They couldn't stop them. Like Oregon's offense was just killing it, and we just couldn't stop them at all. There's no answer there. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Sean Wade was back for a second. And then I looked, I was like, oh, hold on, wait, that's right, he got drafted. Never mind.
I feel you, because this defense, besides the 1 year that Chase Young was second place in the Heisman to Joe Burrow, our defense has not been stellar the past couple of years, and our offense has masked that. But just going into the game, I mean, first quarter, it was 0-0. Then Oregon, second quarter was 14-7. And then Oregon scored 14 again, and we scored 7. And then we were already down 2 touchdowns. And then we got 14 and they got 7 in the fourth quarter. And if you look at our side, CJ Stroud, which I also think this is a problem, he threw 54 times.
Yes.
He had 484 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He had the 1 pick at the end, but he threw 54 times. What do y'all think about that?
That is way too much for him to be throwing 54 times a game. We have a good running game with Travion Henderson and Mayan Williams. They only had, all including Cedric Stroud, we had 31 rushes for 128 yards. But that's just way too much for CJ Stroud to be throwing, especially in a big game like this. This is his second start as a quarterback for Ohio State because he's a true freshman. So we need to be more balanced, I think.
Is Master Teague done? After
I was going to ask that.
Mm-hmm. He didn't get any tick.
No, I don't know. My brother Nate thinks he's done because he's big into Ohio State recruiting. So he thinks he's probably not going to get any more touches this season.
Wow.
Damn. Senior year, right?
Man.
Yeah.
Because he was doing it, and Trey Sermon took his spot in the Big Ten championship game, and he was supposed to be the man this year. And after 2 games, they said, "You've lived your usefulness."
They gave it to Williams. I mean, to throw the ball 54 times in my opinion, for any college football team, this isn't the NFL. I'm sorry, you ain't supposed to be throwing that much. Even in the NFL, I think that's quasi scary. Like the only other person I could think of that like was out here doing that like that was like Philip Rivers and maybe Jameis Winston throwing the ball a whole bunch of times in the NFL. But also teams notoriously struggling with the running game, so you have to move the ball somehow. But like Byron said, OSU doesn't have a bad run game. I mean, it takes time to get it started. You give them some touches here and there, you may get stopped, but like you also have a freshman throwing the ball.
Yep.
Like redshirt freshman throwing the ball 54 times.
19.
My guy, no, that's not the right play call. Like I get we have like the receiving core is amazing. Like that's what's frustrating. That's what really is frustrating about this loss. Like that receiving core is immaculate. Like I don't think you can find a better receiving core in this country.
No, they're the best. Like they're the best overall receiving core in the country, and even at the top two, they have the two best wide receivers in the country with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. I mean, shoot, Chris Olave had 12 for 126. Garrett Wilson had 8 for 117, and Jackson Smith, he's the one who came out of nowhere, and he had 7 for 145 and 2 TDs.
Like I get you want to stunt essentially and like play to your strength because you got those receivers, but it doesn't work if your quarterback can't get them the ball.
Yeah,
like I mean, out of like those are amazing stats. But imagine if he hits all those good passes. Like imagine, I guess I like to think about it like this, like because with OSU, I always think about like, man, if they had this quarterback, what would they be able to do? Like if this OSU team was with a Dwayne Haskins, a Cardell Jones, even JT Barrett. Like this receiving core.
We know what to do with Justin.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we saw it. And they're better now than they were last year. Receiving core wise.
I'm saying like they be out here fucking balling out.
No, I'm with you, man. Like once we actually were down, I was like, our defense is that bend don't break type of D. But once we were actually losing and our defense like needed to get some stops, they did at the end, but we already down 2 scores. And I want to go to Oregon's offense. And I'm more specific. I want to talk about CJ Verdell. I'm going to be honest. When I was researching all stuff, CJ is not better than Muhammad Ibrahim.
No,
he's not. No. But CJ, like if this was the NFL, the dude had 20 carries for 161, 2 touchdowns. Ooh. He had 3 catches for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. And seeing him do that, and like what I was saying in our messages, like if Muhammad Ibrahim doesn't get hurt, we might have lost that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we were like, this is another thing. Like, I know it's always been a thing. We're a second half team. And that's cool. You know, that's cool. Right. But like, Oregon is Oregon. I'll let that one. But we were down going against Minnesota. Like, I get like the Golden Gophers have a good roster. I mean, honestly, like the year before the COVID year, they were out here balling too. Like, but we're a Power 5 school. We get better players than them. I'm sorry. Like talent and like actually like training that talent and skill has to overweigh what couple talented players they have at the end of the day. Like you have to figure that out. Like we should not be battling back against Minnesota.
Nope. Cedric, I 100% agree with you. And I know that saying that Urban Meyer used to say that talent, like when 2 schools' talent equates, it comes down to like execution and all that stuff. But if you just have more talent than another team, that stuff doesn't matter. You're more talented. But this defense, man. Because like Anthony Brown, who isn't even a passer like that, it felt like he had all day, went 17 for 35, 236, and 2 touchdowns. Like, and he also ran for 10 for 65. I felt like anytime they actually wanted to get yardage or a first down, they got it.
Yeah, He had all day to throw. We weren't putting any pressure on him at all. Which
is bad though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not sitting here thinking like I'm sorry. I'll say this here. We are not DBU. Like,
Oh,
unfortunately, no.
No.
Like after the past 4 years, like maybe a couple here and there, but these dudes began worked. Like, Sean, if you're listening to this, I'm talking to you. You were getting work last year. I'm sorry, but what I always said we pride ourselves on the pass rush, the run rush. Like, we get to the quarterback, we force we get tackles for loss. Like, we force them to play out of their comfort zone, and we did not do that at all Saturday.
No, we did it. It was comfy, and it was interesting too because, I just thought I didn't think Oregon couldn't beat us. I just thought of we put all the things together. It's Ohio State's first home game with fans in over 600 days, with 90,000 plus. I was like, there's just no way that they're not going to be super amped and the defense isn't going to feed off the crowd. But Oregon just said, we're just going to take your crowd out of it early.
They really did.
They don't have their two best players.
That is another thing. Travion, who when we were watching the game, it's funny too because Courtney thought that was a grown man and not a college student.
I mean, no joke. Like, Courtney's not wrong in some of these aspects. These boys look like grown men. They kind of are grown men, like size and height and everything.
Well, he came out with the sunglasses and the hat and the way his beard was, and he looked like a taller Mike Tomlin.
I was going to say he's an alumni.
he did look like he had the alumni fit or the signature high school ineligible fit. That's but he's going to be the number one pick in the damn draft this year if all things stay, unless some QB goes crazy. But he's projected number one right now. And their two best defensive players didn't even play, and that was wild, man.
Their whole defense stepped up. Definitely next man up mentality on their defense yesterday, and it showed.
And that was also the first time in his pretty short head coaching, Ryan Day has been upsetted. Ryan Day has only lost 2 times at Ohio State, and it was to Clemson the year that we really should have beat them on the Sean Wade targeting. And then Alabama, the Nationals, he's only had 2 losses, and they're both in the college football playoffs. That was the first time he's lost at home. And I think that was the first time we've lost at home since Baker.
Yeah. When he planted the flag out.
Yep. That was the last time we've lost at home since then. So, and Kerry Combs, the defensive coordinator, came out after the game, said, we're going to be better, I promise you. Haskell Garrett said the 2014 team, they lost and then they made the championship. He's right on that, but the optics are different. They lost to a Virginia Tech team who had no shot of making the playoffs.
No.
Oregon right now, which I do not think they will go undefeated. I think they'll lose once or twice. But if Oregon goes undefeated, we are out.
Yes.
And we can't even think about trying to be that 14 team because we're not even the highest ranked team in the Big Ten as of right now because the new AP, Iowa's number 5.
Iowa has looked very good the last
They just beat Iowa State in a top 10 matchup. So, and Byron, we said everyone was talking about Iowa.
Yeah, I can see why. They look, like I said, they looked very impressive their last 2 games. They trounced Indiana, and Indiana was tough last year.
And now they're not even in the top 25. We're not even the highest ranked team in Ohio.
Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati 7.
And the Bearcats, man.
Yeah, they're 8. From what I'm seeing, they're 8 on AP and 8 in coaches, and we're 9. We're 9 in the AP coaches. They have us at 11, which okay, but so Alabama's 1, Georgia 2, Oklahoma 3, Oregon just jumped 8 spots to 4. Iowa 5, Clemson 6.
Oregon's number 4.
Yeah, they jumped from 12 to 4.
11 to 4.
11 to 4. You're right, Byron.
They can't jump to 7, 6.
No, they jumped.
Well, they embarrassed
4.
the number 3 team.
Really, I mean, I get it. They embarrassed them, but we lost by 7?
We did, but there was a time where we were about to give up the controller. Our defense.
Look, we were getting our ass whooped. It was our moment where it's let me get one more possession though.
Yeah, because when they started the second half, they got a touchdown. And we were down 21-7.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Oregon's schedule right now. Cedric, it might come down to October 23rd, Oregon at number 13 UCLA. That might be. We might have to be UCLA fans in Ohio State country.
Hey, I'm waiting for basketball. I'll do it for football if it gives us a shot.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of help the rest of the season.
I know early.
I hate relying on the
Yup.
Yes.
Man, I hate relying on them.
We talked about this last podcast.
Yes, we did. We do not want to rely on anyone. We want to control our own destiny because if you leave it to the committee, they'll give you every reason to leave OSU out.
I mean, we know Georgia is probably going to get. Maybe they're going to have another situation where they'll probably get kicked down to 4. Maybe, depending on how bad they lose to Alabama in the SEC championship game. Because right now Georgia looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
but
people know I ain't a Georgia fan, but I have to admit they do.
Well, they ain't gonna they ain't gonna let us jump in. Especially Oregon's gonna definitely waltz in if they go undefeated and Georgia loses.
Yeah.
Well, my new concern now going forward, Alabama actually plays Florida this weekend, so I actually get to see how good Florida is. But now, if we get to October 30th, Penn State's currently ranked number 10.
Wow.
And we're currently 9. So if we both stay undefeated until October 30th, well, we don't. Yeah, we both don't lose until October 30th. That could be a very big win for us. But Penn State this week, they play Auburn.
Yeah,
Auburn's 22. But Penn State on October 9th plays Iowa. I know we're doing this super early, everyone, but this is college football. We don't have that much time anyway. So would you rather want to play an undefeated Penn State team on October 30th, or do you want to play an undefeated Iowa, which will probably be a top 3 team in the Big Ten championship, and that's your final shot to impress everyone?
Ooh.
Which would you rather? Tough. I'm looking at Iowa's schedule right now to make sure they don't have anything crazy until Penn State, October 9th. And then
he said Iowa's what now?
Iowa currently is the number 5 team in the country. If they beat Penn State, they'll probably jump to 4 if everything stays true. And if they stay undefeated and then we go, they'll probably be in the top 4 and we'll probably be in the top 8 by then.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame and Cincinnati, which will be they have to play each other. So one of them is going to knock the other out. So what would you rather want?
I think it would look better if Iowa is ranked super high and we do knock them off.
Yeah, but that's so long. I know
that's a long time.
I know.
I take the Penn State thing just because at least we know where we stand going into the Big Ten championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a hard game until Penn State, October 30th. Well, I can't say that. Our defense sucks, so.
Right.
Because I don't want to I feel like it would feel worse if we played Iowa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow won, but some crazy statistical shit with this college football stuff happens and we're right outside at 5 because they're well, remember they lost Oregon and Oregon still is undefeated.
Yeah, that's the problem. Oregon needs to lose that. That's the thing. If it becomes a 1-loss Pac-12 Oregon versus a 1-loss us, they're probably going to get the tiebreaker because they beat us. Yeah. We have to beat better teams than them to have a chance, which we need Penn State. And Lord and behold, after 2 games, Michigan's in the top 25 again.
Keep going, Michigan. Go blue. That's my only time I'll ever say it on this thing, man. Because if I'll put it like this. If we lose the fucking Michigan.
Oh, we won't go. I don't think we'll go to the Big Ten championship.
I'll have to talk to Kerry Combs. We'll have to have a conversation because, bruh, you just ruined this. So this has been a beautiful streak. We've been stopping the shit out of Michigan
for 20 years. Only lost once in 20 years.
Like the whole state of Michigan really be like it's come to a point where some of them don't even really consider us their rivals because they get their ass whipped all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, don't you let them get no more blood in their veins. They're dead. Like kill them, please. Like
I mean,
because the last thing I need is fucking Clemson fans and Michigan fans.
I have something to say about these Clemson fans. So Barstool Clemson, when they really said the world's really better when Ohio State's losing, I'm like, y'all just lost last week. Y'all couldn't even get a touchdown. You had 3 points
to Georgia.
Like, what are we talking about here? Like when they said that, I'm like, I was saving it. I wanted to drop my Hobbs Furious 5 GIF where I'm like, we'll see you soon. Like I was waiting, but I was like, it's not time yet because y'all ain't going anywhere. The ACC sucks, so y'all are done.
The ACC. Clemson was their only hope.
And North Carolina losing a freaking Virginia Tech the first game, so they're done. I don't know why they were talking that trash, but I was like, all right. But I don't know.
They're still mad we beat them.
Yeah, and then they were dropping y'all beat us one time in 4 tries. I was like, well, we smoked y'all last time. That's all that matters to me.
Right.
But what can we do about this defense? Because I know we were talking about the Penn State, Iowa, what situations we want, but if our defense playing like this, ain't no way we beating any of them.
Fire Kerry Coon.
Really? That's where you're at right now?
I've been at that since Alabama last year.
Well, when we had linebackers on the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes, that was terrible defensive scheming.
Wow.
Man, shout out to my guy though. He got that TD today.
Devontae Smith. Yep, we had linebackers on the Heisman Trophy winner. Sean Wade couldn't guard him. He couldn't guard a hobbled Jalen Waddle. He couldn't guard
the random white dude that came out in squad. I don't even know his name, but he got one on him too.
And if Devontae Smith played the whole game, Alabama would have hung 70.
Oh, for sure.
Back.
And that would have been, oh boy.
Because I think Devontae Smith had 160 something before he got injured.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Embarrassing. I mean,
honestly, I'll be honest. The pass rush is not as horrible a problem because sometimes we do still get to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, the only thing good about us is our defensive nose tackles and defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have a couple good linebackers. Honestly, I think reading is a lot of the problem.
Yeah.
Because with teams with fast players or fast moving offenses that do a lot of movement, like Minnesota, Oregon, it's so easy to get caught by the fake, caught by the run and the play action. And honestly, a lot of it for some of those third downs, that quarterback Brown he has all day in the pocket. He's like, okay, my players are all downfield. I can't really throw it deep, so I'm just going to make the play with my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked out. I don't know if it's the coverages. I don't know if it's just deciding who's on man and if you have a quarterback spy or not. But something has to change. Either you up the blitz and you commit to the run and try to pray that hey, we don't get hit with any screens or any deep balls. Don't get beat real quick and try to get the quarterback as fast as you can. Or you got to go back to the drawing board and really think if you want to revamp this defense because this is not it.
Yeah, I agree, Cedric. When I'm watching these games, I always feel now it's CJ, who we literally just gave that man $30 million because he's going to get drafted now. But every time the past 2 games, when a running back gets past the defensive lineman into the second level of the linebackers and the corners, it's easy season for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we're doing. So, and I know Kerry said we're going to get better, and it's hard to gauge that because, we got cupcakes literally until Penn State October 30th. So,
if they can run on us, that gave up 154 to Muhammad Ibrahim and just gave up 163 to CJ Verdell. It's our run defense, man. Like you said, when they get to that second level, it's just they're gone. And I don't understand how. Because we're usually good at stopping the run. very rarely they'll get to that second level. So I don't know if it's our defensive line is not pushing hard enough or something. I don't know.
Well, Cedric said earlier how our wide receiver room is stacked, which they are. Maybe this summer we don't recruit any. Let's recruit some good corners. Let's shift the focus,
please.
Yeah,
I think we're set on wide receivers for a shoot. Marvin Harrison's son hasn't even gotten any tick yet.
that's true.
Please,
like let's go out and get some corners, like some safeties,
some defensive back.
Yeah, we need our defense has not looked good the last 4 years.
The best way you sell it is, hey, you want to make it to the next level, you're gonna have to play these guys at some point. Why not come play them every single day at practice? Yeah. Like these are some of the best receivers you're going to see. They're going to get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just is what it is. Like they're going to get drafted.
Yeah,
and CJ Stroud is only going to get better. Like,
yeah,
I'm glad you said that, Cedric, because people are talking about like take him out. The dude, there was 3 100-yard three receivers who got 100 plus yards. He's 19 and he almost threw for 500 yards. Like, and it's his second college start. I know
he's only had one pick. It's had one pick in Minnesota and one pick here. So it's not like he's throwing picks every time. He's actually a good quarterback. He does overthrow his receiver sometimes. He does throw high a little time, but he's actually been a pretty good offensive threat.
He's 19. Like imagine what like he has like a red shirt, so he could have a year or 2 more years. Wait till he has like 2 more full years potentially, guys. Like he is not the issue.
No, like him fine. Like I expected him to, like honestly, I expected him to throw some more picks, like than he was doing because he's aggressive when he throws the ball because they're so high. Like the passes are high, they're getting tipped, they're touching hands. So I was like, man, it's about to be tip drills out here. But he hasn't thrown as many interceptions as I thought he would. Like, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, especially against Oregon, Minnesota aside, I thought he would throw probably like 3 interceptions back. Especially when the way he came out opening throwing, because all of his receivers had to go up to make those catches. I'm like, unless he comes back down with it mid game, late game, if this is still throwing up, those are going to get tipped, and somebody's just going to be there. Like,
no, I agree. It's something. Just to go back on the national thing, Cincinnati plays at Notre Dame October 2nd, so that's.
Man, October's going to be busted, man. That's going to be...
And Notre Dame, if you weren't peeping, they almost lost to Toledo yesterday.
They almost lost their first game, too.
And Texas A&M almost lost to Colorado.
Yes, I love it. Don't change a thing. It's fine.
It's interesting. And let me pull this up one last time so we give our little preview. So, we have Tulsa this Saturday. Like, we're not even on Big Ten. We're on FS1. So, I kind of feel bad. Tulsa is going to they're about to get shellacked. But now, I got to check out their
running back.
I got to check out their running back, see what he's about. Last game, he had 30 carries, 180. Oh, hold on now. Hold on now.
Someone's trying to get the NCAA stats, the football game.
Oh, okay. I have to check. They just lost to Oklahoma State. So this is going to be a good bounce back. Yeah, they're 0-2 right now. So I just had to make sure. I was getting a little nervous. I thought he had that in one game. I was like, hold on. But Byron, this should be a blowout, right?
This should be a blowout. This should be a cupcake game. This should be a good revenge game. But I still don't trust our defense. So who knows?
Cedric, this should be a blowout.
Who are we blowing out now?
Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
Man, it should be a blowout. I don't think it will be a blowout. Because we were supposed to blow out Minnesota.
We were a 2-touchdown favorite. Currently, the spread right now is we're a 25-point favorite.
Damn. They really think that after last week? Okay. Okay. I mean, I'll be honest. If they get, because the defensive problems are something that's just going to take time. Like, I don't expect them to fix that in a week. Like, there's no way in hell, because you prep for personnel you play against. Like, until, like Martin said, I agree. Like, until we play like Penn State or someone with actual like high octane, high power offense that's supposed to be doing stuff out here, there's no way to tell if those changes actually mean anything. So for me, I need us to get back to this run game. I think Tulsa's a great opportunity to do so. Like, no offense to CO2 and Wilson, but like, my dogs, y'all worked hard last week for that L. Y'all ate. Y'all definitely showed people out there like, hey, even though we losing, we still out here fighting. You deserve a little bit of a rest this upcoming week. Like don't overexert yourselves on Tulane or Tulsa, whoever the hell it is.
Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, don't overexert yourself on Tulsa.
Yeah, I expect this to be. I expect this to be over by halftime, so that hopefully during the second half we can work on some things. If we have a close game going into halftime, we're gonna have a problem.
Like, I need Stroud. Listen, man, just don't come out the game even if y'all blowing them out. Get your reps. Like, you're 19. You're a freshman. What grade is the backup quarterback?
Oh, they're all young. All of them.
Oh, see, bro, get your snaps. Like, even if you hiking the ball and just handing it off, get your snaps. Like, this is a team where it's like your old line should be taking them every time.
Yep.
The running back should be able to break loose at will. Your receivers are already smoking everybody. They definitely should be killing them.
Yeah.
So you should have all the time in the world. You shouldn't have to worry at all. Take your time, make the throw, win the game. Simple.
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah. Well, we are coming off the first home loss in the Ryan Day era, so we're going to see how we bounce back. I know practices are going to be pretty intense. I know our local media is going to be covering it pretty widely, and hopefully that game is over by halftime this Saturday so people can go about their stuff. Byron, Cedric, anything else before we sign off here today on a Buckeye loss?
It's a tough loss. Definitely some things to work on, mostly defensively. So hopefully Gary Coombs can have a bounce back game and can just hopefully we'll get better on defense throughout the season. If not, I'm going to need Kerry Coombs to step down at the end of the season.
Cedric?
Do better. Please, for the sake of Ohio and the safety of those kids at that school, do better. Kerry, if you guys end up losing, and I ain't going to lie, you lose another game, fuck the stepping down stuff. I'll be talking. You be tweeting at you saying you need to go. Like I'll be tweeting at Ryan too. Ryan, your boy got to go. Like, I'm certain there's some amazing other people out there who would love to coach the defense at the Ohio State University.
Nope, I agree. Kerry Combs, look, man, you're saying that we're going to be better. We got to see it because this defense this past couple of years, outside of Chase's Heisman finalist here, it has not been it. Like, it really has not. We've just hided our defense's poopiness because our offense has just been stellar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to play defense if you're always ahead.
That is very true.
I mean, another thing which I just want to hit on, the absolute audacity and nerve of Kevin Warren being at the game.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, they showed him in the press box.
Oh, good cushy seat.
The Big Ten commissioner, that need that to be said. And, well, we're number 9 right now. Haskell Garrett said we're about to be like the 14 team and make it as a 4th seed and win it all. So we have a long way to go, and we need a lot of things to happen. So
why do we need chaos this early, man?
Because we didn't take care of business.
Oh, if we didn't have our offense that we have, we would have got blown out yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That's the story of our lives. Oh yeah.
I mean, The 19-year-old, he got lucky that Tavion wasn't playing. Tavion would have said hello.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, Kavion Thibodeau. He would have said hello.
Oof, man, he would have got it after us.
Man. Woo.
But yeah, as Cedric said, get those reps in. But I'm trying to see 30 plus total carries from running backs this Saturday.
Please. It's simple.
Yes.
Them offensive linemen, defensive linemen, anyone, man. If you ain't part of the wide receiving core and shoot, even CJ, you got to look yourself in the mirror because that was just bad on the national TV stage. It felt weird losing, which how spoiled we are as Buckeye fans. It felt weird losing a game that wasn't in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, it felt weird not losing. Like, it wasn't Clemson or Alabama. That's what felt weird. It was Oregon, who OSU historically was 9-0 until that time.
Oregon. Yep.
I thought I was watching, what was that, the Purdue night game?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Well, again, that defense got gashed up by a running back, Rondell Moore.
Yep.
Man.
Is he still there?
No, he's on Arizona.
No, man.
He's in the league.
He in the league.
Okay.
I almost thought about picking him up as a flex.
I mean,
He's fat.
He is fast. But shoot. But with that being said, thank y'all for listening to the L7C podcast. Buckeyes are now 1-1, the number 9th ranked team in the country, and it gives us we need some chaos and we need some things to happen. Haskell said we can make a run, so we're going to have to wait and see. Here it comes from the L7C to you. Do better on defense. With that being said, take care, everyone.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.